Hi guys, it's Dreadvisage here, and I'm here to talk to you about items on Darius. Now I know some will disagree with what I say, but I believe whatever you build could potentially be viable, and mostly depends on how you utilise that specific item and of course include it in your playstyle. One I've always wanted to have as my primary and core item for a long time is of course Iceborne Gauntlet. Not only does this item provide you with some juicy mana, armor and 20% CDR, but it also provides peel and kiting potential for yourself and your teammates with its passive. But it lacks in the one thing that Darius loves, and that is HP. So the question I ask myself is, should I be buying something that provides more sustain for me? Or should I manage my HP accordingly and provide the peel and kiting potential it gives to help my team further? It's a hard question to answer, and it does also depend on what matchup you are versus too. Versus very heavy magic damage comp, and of course you wouldn't take it. So that's why it could never be a core item. What I have noticed though experimenting with it is versus heavy poke and AD comps such as a Riven or a Renekton along with a Kate or a Tristana, it can provide amazing early game stats, and of course what we talked about before, which is that kiting potential. Another point is when you take Black Cleaver and rush Iceborne Gauntlet as your second item, it allows you to have 40% CDR early on in the game, as well as some very nice stats. Iceborne Gauntlet is amazing versus tanks, because it has that kiting potential we all love and hate, but the CDR and mana means you can mash that Q and never die, especially versus a Naught top or a poor puppy top. For example, the mana sustain overrules their tankiness if played right. They can't keep up with the sustain that you will have mashing your Q, and of course the mana you have also adds to the situation in the favour of Darius. And at the moment that's all for that item, so let's go on to last item picks. I recognise that last item picks are dependent on what you are versus, like a lot of item picks in general. But I have been picking the new reworked Locket of the Iron Solari as an all-round item. Previously it would be Guardian Angel, but that provides little for the team, and as I also noticed that ADC we depend on can do with some help too. Whereas Locket of the Iron Solari can have a team fight turn into your favour with a click of a button. A 500 shield for 3 seconds is amazing, and some say it's way too overpowered and should be toned down. My point here is that the stats it gives along with the active is amazing, not only for you but also for your team. So what other items have I experimented with in the past? Hey Dred, you have 950 plus games with this champ, and you're telling me that you have only tried one different item besides the normal Guardian Angel? Well, I have tried it all, from ZZ Rat and all the way to the new Redemption in Night's Vow. The one that sticks out the most, however, is the one and only Death's Dance. Of course this item for me is dependent on the team you're up against. If it is very DPS over time pokey motherfuckers, then you might want more sustain other than your Q, and this item is amazing on Darius as it coincides with his Q to give him some amazing healing. So what's the downside of picking this? Well, you don't get any defensive stats like Redemption does, or Locket of the Iron Solari, and could be argued in some cases that Redemption provides more sustain with its active and more HP to assist in the heal of your Q. The real downside is how you play. Some people pick up this item, I guess any other AD item too, and get overly confident and they think they are just an unkillable god, which is of course possible playing Darius. But on the other hand, when you play it safe, and so in turn you die because of the confidence, you lose the advantage and think afterwards it's a shit item. That's what I did anyway, and I know it happens to others as they have told me. So how do you use it effectively? Just play normally with it. Poke, be careful when you choose to go in, and I promise this item will work wonders, and of course add that damage needed to reset those motherfuckers on the back line. So that's my first rant, if you like, on some things about items on Darius that have been lurking in my head, and I will be giving you more on the world of dunking and items I believe are most viable and all that good shit. Guys, if you like, then sub and leave a nice thumbs up, and of course there is the thumbs down button, but before you hit it, if this is about my opinions here, just leave a nice offensive comment about what you would have done instead. And of course, see you guys soon. Peace.